Yo, what up, what up? It's your man, Big Brandon Carter. Today I want to talk about how to build muscle and burn fat at the same time, simultaneously. And there's really only two ways to do this, all right? One, you can be like a total noob, like it's your first few months working out or like a first year training, then maybe you can do it. Maybe you can do it because your body is not used to it, it's in shock, and it'll be acclimating to the new circumstances, so it might put on some muscle while you're cutting. But if you've been training for any respectable amount of time, it's not really an option for you. The other way you can do it is you take some drugs, you know, like steroids, you can do it, you know, that boost, that extra testosterone will burn the fat and help build muscle. But if you're a natural and you've been training for any respectable amount of time, it's not gonna happen. No matter what these motherfuckers try to tell you, man, no matter what they try to tell you, it's not gonna happen. Let me explain. Because to burn fat, you have to be in a caloric deficit. Meaning you're burning more calories than you consume. That's pretty much undebatable, all right? To build muscle, you have to be in a caloric surplus. Some people will say that, hey, you just need enough protein. You just need to get enough protein. I've heard that. I've seen videos, people said that. And I'm not saying that they're full of shit. I'm just saying that I've been a personal trainer, training people for over 15 years. When most of you guys were shitting on yourselves, I was in the gym training 10 people a day. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this for a long amount of time, and I've never seen it happen with anybody who wasn't a total noob or a drug addict. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've never even heard someone say that their friend has done it. Like someone who I respected, you know, like I never even say, hey, I know a guy. Like this hasn't happened. I'm not saying those guys don't know what they're talking about. I'm not saying that they're full of shit. I'm just saying for almost 2 decades of training thousands of people, I've never seen it happen. So, what do? I'll show you what I do. I do a strategy called micro cutting and micro bulking. So first of all, what I do is I suggest for myself and my clients, first you get as lean as you want to be. Like you want to add like visible six pack, be pretty lean, pretty cut, all right? First lean down, then bulk. Bodybuilders bulk for like months, and then they get off fat. I don't want you to do that. I want you to bulk until your abs start fading away, then go do a cut to get your abs back and then go back. So it's like 2 to 4 weeks of cutting, 2 to 4 weeks of bulking. It's going to be circumstantial depending on the person. But it might be longer, it might be shorter. It's all going to be dependent on you. You know, it's going to depend on the person. It's going to be circumstantial. A lot of people say, hey man, if you do that, this is a comment I get. If you do that, you're going to ruin your metabolism. Yo, shut the fuck up. That's not a real thing. That's not a real thing. In fact, there's no evidence to support that. Actually, the only evidence that exists is evidence to the contrary. You know, they've done studies on people who've done yo-yo dieting and it didn't negatively affect their like overall metabolism for the rest of their life. It's fucking nonsense. I don't even know where you guys are getting this shit from. So anyway, that's what I do. You can't do it at the same time. You can't build muscle and burn fat at the same time, but you can do it in the same month. You know what I'm saying? Like you can cut for half the month and bulk for half the month and keep going. Now you're not gonna build as much as if you went on a full-on bulk for 6 months to a year, right? Obviously, but that's not the goal. The goal is not to put on as much weight as possible. It's to put on as much lean muscle as possible and then cut off the fat and then keep going back and forth. Like that's basically what I do. I'm almost always in a state of cutting or bulking, right? So when you want to cut, a good rule of thumb is take your weight in pounds, multiply that by 10. That's how many calories you need to be in a deficit to burn fat. And when you want to bulk, take your weight in pounds, multiply by 20. That's how many calories you need to be in a surplus and build muscle. It's gonna be way more effective than even trying to build muscle and burn fat at the same time. Anybody tells you they're burning fat and building muscle at the same time, I don't know. I don't want to say they're a drug addict. I've never seen a natural do it, you know, who wasn't like within his first few months of training, you know, because even if you could hit this magical protein, this magical amount of protein that allows you to build muscle and burn fat at the same time, even if it were possible, it's not optimal. Like you're definitely going to put on more muscle if you're in a surplus, and you're definitely not going to lose 1 ounce of fat if you're not in a deficit, you know. But that's just my take, man, you know. That's just what I've seen. It's not shit I'm making up, all right? Like I tell you shit that I've seen work in the field. I've trained thousands of motherfuckers, man. I've done this at a high level for the majority of my fucking life. my entire adult life. Like, please believe me. You don't have to believe me, but you're in for a lot of disappointment if you don't. So anyway, if you want to get ripped, if you're trying to get cut, you're just trying to get in the best shape of your life this summer, for the summertime or any other time, hit the link in the description. We got a free ebook for you, simple shredded solution. Everything you need to get ripped as fuck, fast as fuck. All right, peace.